Welcome, everyone. We have a special late night edition tonight. We didn't plan to do a podcast. We were having a little get together, and we decided to throw the cameras on. And my guest was nice enough to come on, even though we've been having all types of fun tonight. So it'll be a quick one, but you get a chance to meet someone that's very near and dear to us, someone that's involved in a lot of things with us, and many of you already know. So meet Dr. Gupta.
Yeah, thank you very much, Pete. It's good to be here. At least it's been very fun.
Yeah. It's been a good time tonight.
Yeah.
And thanks a lot. I know it was last minute, but I really appreciate it. And so why don't you tell people what kind of doctor you are?
So I focus on pain management, but I use the approach of regenerative orthopedic medicine. So basically it's approaching musculoskeletal or orthopedic conditions, but non-surgically, and trying to find a way to actually get the body to heal or regenerate.
So if somebody wants to check out your practice ever, you're in Ontario, right?
Yeah, in downtown Toronto.
Nice. So couple of questions I have tonight pertain to medicine, but a lot of the focus I want to do is on Acreage. Right. And that's a cannabis facility that you and your partner John and some other people like Yachty and so many others are motivated to make Canada's most successful commercial licensed producer of cannabis and products like that. So I say let's get that out of the way first. Why don't you tell people a little bit about Acreage?
Yeah, so Acreage, or the full name Acreage Farms, is a licensed producer just in Alberta, outside of Edmonton, and it's a very large indoor grow facility. And basically it's poised to become the leading producer of medical grade genetics.
And it's good stuff. I'm trying it out right now in my vaporizer. And I've tried it for months before I decided to fully get behind it. So I'll let you talk a little bit more about that. But just in case people are wondering what's in my vaporizer today, it's Acreage.
Oh, yeah. So our main founder and visionary, John Chyson, he's been breeding very specific medical strains of genetics over the last 30 years. And he's just a mad genius. And
even taking the green out of the weed because of the chlorophyll, right? Like the weed that's in my vaporizer right now, it's cured for 9 years.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of things which are just unheard of in the industry. Like he's actually like curing weed for 9 years or 12 years. That's just unheard of, because usually when people have weed, they'll just smoke it all up. They wouldn't, keep it for that long, or they wouldn't even know how.
They're unable to cure it that long. I've tried a few weeks at a time, and it's a hard task.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. So this mad genius, he's figured all the stuff out in terms of how to cure it, how to, breed these genetics, how to use the stem cells to make cell culture, tissue culture. Seriously? Oh yeah, totally. What's his name? John Chyson.
If our audience is wondering who that is, that's my brother Mike. He's our engineer, and Gurmeet, Dr. Gupta's brother's attending the session too. So thanks, guys, for helping out. And
hi, everyone.
Say hi, Gurmeet.
Hi.
And there we go. Gurmeet's a handsome young man looking for a lady. So if any
he's on the market.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about that after, because we've all had some changes in our lives lately, and we can talk about more personal stuff after. But can you tell us a little bit more about Acreage as not only just like a medical business, but like something that people could possibly invest into in the future? Like, are you guys planning on going public, or are you guys looking for investors at this point? If somebody wants to get into it, because I know you guys have the most product SKUs out of anybody. We've had a consultant look at your company.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys also have more licenses than anybody. You guys can buy all types of, I hate to use this term, but street weed with respect to like craft licenses and smaller licensed producers, and help with the bottleneck problem that Aurora Cannabis and Cannabis Growth have been having. It's pretty incredible. We had a couple consultants look at your stuff.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Like a lot of these older large LPs like Aurora and Afria, they're growing primarily at a greenhouse, so that they can't maintain the consistency and the quality that the indoor craft growers can do. And we're basically a large facility of, I think, like over 60 rooms of craft grow. So we definitely have the right ingredients to make high quality and consistency. What was your
Good stuff.
yeah
Excuse me.
we know what that cough means.
It's Acreage. Tried and tested.
It's like the Afro Man.
Yeah, shout out to Afro Man. Thanks for helping us out with the Rise Down Rent commercial. And we look forward to showing you what we got going on at Dr. Gupta's facility. And, you guys can try the medical products, but also, come on board.
And in terms of your question of investment, we are taking on investments right now just so we can have the resources to expand faster. So there'll be a good time right now. And in terms of going public, Acreage itself will stay private, but in the future, there'll be subsidiary companies that will have different proprietary products. And those companies will go IPO.
Okay, good. So they'll work like aggregates and be subsidiaries of Acreage.
Right.
Okay. Is this going to be an exclusive brand, or will you be able to find it in like all types of dispensaries?
Because we have a lot of different products, there will be some products which will be more exclusive, and then there'll be other products which will be distributed more widely, probably in multiple, retail stores.
I remember having a conversation with some of the politicians from Mexico, and this was probably right when it legalized. They gave us a call, and they were asking us if you'd be able to make products with a Mexican flair, like a look and possibly even taste.
Oh yeah, like because we have over 160 land strains and 1,000 hybrid strains, John will be able to create new unique strains with a different set of terpenes and smells or flavors. So we could make things which are unique for Mexico for sure.
Oh, that's awesome, because that's something they wanted to have, and I get it. We probably like some maple syrup marijuana here, and then they have their own stuff going on too, and I'd like to try it too once you get it and we ship it out there.
Wait, 100%. We'll make the first tequila marijuana.
You probably will.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And your brother runs a pretty successful beverage company.
Yeah.
If you want to give it a shout out to me.
Ace Beverages in Richmond.
Awesome. Yeah. Ace Beverages. That's where we'll have the first cannabis CBD and Delta 8 and Delta 9 tequila.
Yeah.
And so keep that in mind.
We'll bring the plant back into tequila.
Yeah. The worm's fancy, but the THC is probably a lot more fun.
Exactly.
And so do you guys have concentrates and things like that too?
Yeah. Currently, all the machinery for the extraction, isolate, distillate, the labs are being set up at Acreage. So fairly soon we'll have all those extract products like isolates, distillates, shatters, resins, all that type of stuff.
That's good because people like to dab. People like those pens. And if they have a medical product that's not messing up their lungs or anything like that, or having weird contaminants like other products have had, it'll definitely do good.
100.
I've gave you a product before to people that have never tried weed before, and most of the time there's a roller coaster reaction where people go up and down, and they're not sure if they like it or not. And when it comes to the stuff John's engineered, PTSD people especially, but people that can't sleep, the limitless one, that's really good for people that don't even really want to get high,
Right.
and it resets your receptors, right?
Yeah.
In the brain.
Yeah.
And then you're able to enjoy.
You're super clear in the head.
Yeah, and you're able to enjoy weed again instead of like guys that used to smoke it when they were young, but then they got older and then they get like all paranoid and weird and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I noticed a big change in people like that.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the strains where you can get that cognitive clarity.
Yeah. If for me, it felt like I was looking through a magnifying glass, but like not really zooming in, but everything was clear and like more detailed, and it was interesting.
Yeah.
Like Adderall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've only tried that once just to see what the study pill was like, and I was like, wow.
But even better than Adderall in the sense that, like, let's say you're going for dinner, you know, you can smell the wine better, the food better, you can taste it better, you can hear the music better.
Yeah.
Better for creativity.
Yeah, I like it. I like how John calls them $1,000 joints because you can't get it anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't.
No.
Then you're dumbed down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. He's got good shit. You guys plan on doing any like expansion in Portugal or Malta or anywhere? I know I have a lot of connections that have been interested in your product, and have asked me like if there's
for sure we're gonna have to build relationships and partners, but our intention is to go global, so we're gonna have to build partnerships around the world, and then with that we can expand to all those countries.
Are you guys pretty much EU GMP certified?
The facility was designed to be EU GMP.
That's dope. Because I have friends in Germany that are legalizing later this year, and they've been looking for cafes and dispensaries and things like that because they saw how well people did down here, so they're trying to get a head start, and we know them, so we've been helping out there. Shout out to Yusuf, and Daniel, who's bought 20 acres in Portugal.
Yeah.
But they all want to link up at some point, you know what I mean, and
sure, yeah.
and see if there's something we can do, and yeah, that way you get around taxes too, right? Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, totally. It's everything is just lining up, and it's over this next year you're going to see a lot of changes.
Yeah.
Coming down the pipeline.
I like how Joe Rogan says, like, you know, weed's a journey, and through it, there's challenges, and your mind gets stronger, and you usually like learn something from it. You take away something, right? That's fun, but sometimes you just need to just chill.
Yeah.
And so like I like regular weed, recreational weed, like dispensary weed and stuff like that. But I really, really like acreage weed because I find that it's just the right amount. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can dial it in a little bit better.
Especially
and I'm able to work still and be creative and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially the strain WC4, because you know how you mentioned about chilling, and well, chilling is basically the way of treating people with stress and anxiety, and WC4, which was designed to treat people with PTSD, which is basically a severe form of anxiety, and because it works so effectively at treating anxiety, that's why most people, or at least one of the reasons why people like it, because in the society we live in, most people have some underlying levels of stress and anxiety. And once when you treat that and you calm down, you just feel relaxed. You feel your mind feels clear. You just feel happier.
Yeah. It's also helped a lot of people out with like aches and pains. My brother-in-law had a bad back, and he tried WC4, and he said it helped a lot with the pain.
Yeah. Yeah. It can definitely help with physical pain. And if dosed right, like you can still stay mentally clear, like at least functional.
I think I tried another one too. What was it called? It was a combination of tuna and Rockstar.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was really
recreational
good.
one. Yeah,
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I remember I got like a bunch of that. That was cool.
Yeah, that one gives you more energy. It kind of gets you going.
Yeah, and it helps a lot with anxiety if you look it up.
Yeah,
Like both of them are designed for that, like anxiety and stuff like that. And so it was fun. It was cool he did that. They're two classics.
yeah.
And so another thing people like to know about, I know it's been a big deal for me, and other people have got interested in it recently, is stem cells.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think about stem cells, and what are stem cells good for? Like a lot of people have diabetes, a lot of people have arthritis, some people have more serious conditions. What are your thoughts on it? What are your concerns? And what do you think it's good for?
Yeah, stem cells. And one of the lines of stem cells, which is called MSCs or mesenchymal stem cells. But that same acronym, MSCs, one of the original doctors who coined that term, he also used that same acronym, MSCs, to call it medicinal signaling cells.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, he wants them to be called that. Yeah.
And so the reason why he wants to call it that is that they're kind of like these master cells that help release different signaling molecules that orchestrate the healing response, you could say, or help the body heal or regenerate in simple terms. And it does it by a few mechanisms. One is the different molecules that it releases. It drastically reduces the inflammation in the body, much better than steroids would, but in a very natural healing way. And it can also stimulate a certain amount of regeneration by coordinating the other cells to actually turn on and start regenerating, whether it's building new blood supply or building new connective tissue and so forth like that. And then it will also basically boost your immune system, which is also very important, and at least kind of balance out the immune system. So by these mechanisms, it can be helpful in many conditions. It's not necessarily the be all and end all to cure everything, but it can definitely help symptomatically, and it can help start the process of healing. But for example, if you continue eating super unhealthy, your diabetes will just come back. So you still have to think about the underlying causes of diseases.
Yeah.
And a lot of it involves lifestyle, of what you eat, if you're sleeping or not, if you're stressing, if you're exercising or not. But if you can treat the underlying cause, then in combination, the stem cells can be that much more powerful.
Yeah, that's true. So with diabetes specifically, let's say someone changes their diet and they get stem cells. What are the odds and how long would it normally take for somebody to see results? Like, have you read anything? Or
I haven't. I don't recall reading something specific, but some of the initial results could be there pretty fast from the anti-inflammatory effect, probably within even days. And then in terms of the regeneration effect, it might take several weeks or months. But again, I don't want to lose the focus on lifestyle, because if you don't change the lifestyle, then the stem cells probably won't even work.
And the same thing if somebody's like got an environment at home where they're getting angry or they're in an emotionally upset state and they're releasing harmful stuff in their body like epinephrine and cortisol.
Yeah.
And that's probably going to hinder the effects too, right?
Yeah. There could be some toxic effects from that, even like smoking and stuff like that. So any type of toxin could hinder the effects of any type of healing, including stem cells.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to smoke cigarettes while you're healing, and you want to limit drinking. And I will say, make sure the ground's fertile, right, before planting the seed.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you have to create the right environment.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're wasting your money.
Yeah.
And then stem cells get a bad rap too. People think that they don't work when they actually work.
Yeah, totally. And right now we were just talking specifically more about type 2 diabetes, where
it's easier to
it's easier versus in type 1 it's a little bit different. There are other ways to treat that. It just takes a little bit extra work and effort. But in type 2 it's still definitely much easier because if you can get the inflammation around the pancreas to calm down and basically reduce the insulin sensitivity and give your pancreas a break eventually. There's even many diet programs, like special, healthy diets. Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Yep.
What guarantees you won't get pancreatitis?
Well, pancreatitis is a little bit different. It's a term used when the pancreas gets super inflamed. And there can be different causes for that too, but it's usually either like a duct that is blocked that will kind of back up the pressure, or like a very high levels of certain minerals or something that will kind of mess up the pancreas. So that's a little bit different. That's a more acute and major inflammation of the pancreas versus in diabetes, it's a slow, insidious, like chronic inflammation that's gradually making the efficiency of the pancreas less and making your body less sensitive to insulin. So therefore, you need more insulin to get the same effect.
I get it.
Yeah.
I have to ask, how can a lady bag a nice doctor like yourself? What do you look for in a woman? I asked Daniel the same thing.
You asked Daniel the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I won't ask for his. I'll ask you for his answer later. But I would say because I don't want to be biased and become Daniel, right?
Yeah. Let's see.
And then we'll be fighting over the same girlfriend. They'll be like, what the heck? And the thing is, he's much bigger than me, and I'll be like,
no. Shout out to Daniel, but
I'll just attack him faster.
He's got an interesting answer. I'll tell you after for sure.
Okay, so I think at a high level, like you're definitely, attracted to high level of intelligence, compassion, someone who has a fun-loving nature, and of course, both the beauty inside and out.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's honest.
Is that a PC answer?
Is that your answer? That's
a nice answer, right?
Is that how you really feel?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay, then that's the right answer. Okay. And Gurmeet?
I'd be looking for somebody who can elevate lifestyles together, that we can grow the journey together and not be two separate people, but to be together in one in everything you do.
Very Hallmark. I like it.
He's more metaphorical. He's a poet. Gurmeet the poet.
And
yeah.
And if anyone's wondering, they're both on the market. And how about our sound engineer, Mike? How about you? What do you look for in a woman? You're staying on the market. What do you look for in a woman?
Honesty.
Honesty is good.
That's a good one.
Honesty is key.
Okay, Pete, we got to ask you because everyone else has answered.
What? I'm the host.
Huh? I know, but sometimes we reverse it onto you.
Okay, I'll just take a little bit from each of your guys's. Okay. And so honesty for sure. I like someone who takes care of themselves. So beauty inside and outside. You got to be emotionally stable, right? I think that's important. Otherwise, it's hard to grow together, like you're saying, Gurmeet. Like it's if one of you constantly is the anchor, or I don't mean it in such a cold way, but like you have to constantly keep looking backwards. It's hard to go forward, right? So you both have to bring it. You both have to try your best to make shit happen, and so I like relationships like that, and And something I'll add to it is I like somebody that's a little spiritual, somebody that's grounded or like likes energy and things like that. So, I think that's it. I got too high. I didn't think I was going to be asked any questions.
What was Daniel's answer?
So Daniel said the same thing. He goes, "Hey," I was going to do it in Daniel's voice. He's like, "Yeah, you know, everybody's beautiful, but you know, not everybody can be a good woman. You know, you got to bring something to the table. You got to know how to take care of your man. You know, got to know how to take care of yourself, and of course, you're going to have a good life then. You know."
100%.
And this is coming from a top level athlete, just like, you know, like you guys are the top in your game, in your lane. Like he's the best at what he does. And his answer was no different. So, you know, like gold diggers and good girls, I always say it, you know, like just pay attention to what people say and not just always just what you think. And it looks like everyone's looking for the same thing. So
yeah.
But okay, we'll wrap it up. we'll wrap it up here. I just wanna thank everyone for checking out our podcast, and want to thank you guys for stepping out of the party and bringing the party to the studio. Thanks a lot. The pleasure was mine. Honestly, like this has been a good one. Everyone's wanted to meet you guys, and everyone hears Dr. Gupta every Thursday on the Clubhouse app, or you know, sees him doing his thing for Acreage. And now they know a little bit more about him and his brother, my brother.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Good night, everyone. Thanks
Good night.
a lot.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.